Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson has ditched Donald Trump, physically left him hanging. It all started last Thursday when Mike Johnson had a scheduled meeting at the White House with Donald Trump, was supposed to march his goofy, geeky little butt over there and talk to the big orange menace. And instead, Mike Johnson, according to several aides, knew about the meeting and decided he just wasn't going to do it. Not because he had something more pressing that he had to deal with, not because Donald Trump canceled it, but because Mike Johnson suddenly decided, I don't feel like doing this, and I'm not gonna do it. And according to the people inside Johnson's office, this has never happened before. He has never stood up Donald Trump for one of their little play dates until now. Johnson is trying to distance himself from a historically unpopular and disliked president as we get closer and closer to the midterms. And what's important about this is that Johnson is the guy who sets the agenda for the House of Representatives. If there is a piece of legislation working its way through committee, Johnson is the one who decides whether or not we're ever going to bring it to the floor. So when Trump says, I need this, I need that, blah, 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 Johnson, up to last Thursday, has been the most reliable. In fact, 95% of the stuff that Donald Trump has wanted the House to do, Johnson has done. That's according to, the analysis of the floor votes. That is a higher percentage than any president has ever had. Ever. Democrat, Republican, nobody has ever gotten the House of Representatives to bring forward 95% of the things they wanted. Johnson has done that for Trump. He has literally been the most loyal Speaker of the House to their party's president we have ever seen. Ever. So him standing up Donald Trump, him deciding, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to meet with this guy that's dragging us all down, is huge. Does it mean that Johnson is no longer going to do Trump's bidding at all? Absolutely not. That's naive to think that. He is still going to do 95% at least of what Trump wants him to do. But there could be hesitations. This move by Johnson to not show up to this scheduled meeting with Donald Trump shows that Johnson understands Trump is toxic. Okay, it's not just those of us on the left who are saying that. The Republicans clearly know it and understand it and realize what it is doing to them. Unfortunately for Johnson, it's too late, idiot. We're less than 6 months away from the midterms, buddy. If you wanted to distance yourself, if you wanted the remote possibility of saving your majority in the House, you should have done this a year ago. You should have done this after the one big beautiful bill if you wanted, but you didn't. You continued to protect Donald Trump, continue to cover up for him, do every single thing that he ever wanted until we're, almost at the finish line. And now you're like, oh, maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh, well, shoulda, woulda, coulda, baby. You did it. And now you're stuck with the consequences. And it's not going to be fun, buddy. You're going to lose your speakership. You're going to go down as the most incompetent Speaker of the House we've ever had. You've passed less legislation than any other Speaker of the House before you, ever. You're a total failure. And part of the big reason for that is because you decided to hitch your wagon to Donald Trump, and I don't know how many times you folks have to learn the lesson, but there isn't anybody that has hitched their wagon to Donald Trump that has had a happy ending. How many times have you gone to log into a website or an app only to get that dreaded message that you have to change your password because it appeared in a data leak? To make matters worse, your data may have been leaked from a company that you don't even have an account with. It's because the websites you do subscribe to sold your data to less than secure entities. That problem is now beginning to emerge with AI companies who have access to not just your personal data, but your search inquiries and image generation histories. That's why I have partnered with Venice.ai, a tool that allows you to anonymously and privately interact with leading AI models. Think of it as sort of a VPN for your AI needs. AI is a part of our world now, and those who choose to pretend that it isn't a vital tool are going to be left behind. With Venice.ai, you get the highest quality AI without the security and privacy concerns of other AI models. Now, Venice.ai has been a great tool for me. I use it to help me come up with better ways to phrase things in both titles and descriptions. With Venice.ai, you get anonymous access to GPT, Gemini, and Claude models, fully private access to leading open source models like GLM, Kimi, DeepSeek. Venice submits requests on your behalf, so nothing is ever tied to your identity. And Venice Studio is a powerful all-in-one creative workspace with audio and music generation, video and image generation, a movie editor, one subscription for all the best tools and models on the market. And Venice.ai was founded by Eric Voorhees, one of the pioneers of Bitcoin and a privacy advocate. So if you want to use AI without handing your most personal information to corporations or the government, check out Venice.ai. You can get 20% off a pro plan at Venice.ai/Farron with code Farron.